What would you choose, career growth or freedom to work from home? Recently, Dell laid off 12,500 employees, and a significant number of those affected were remote workers. This event has sparked a heated debate about the future of remote work at the company and whether the tech giant is actually making the right move. So what exactly is happening? Dell's recent layoffs started around 12,500 jobs, primarily in sales, marketing, and operations. This move is part of Dell's strategy to pivot towards AI, centralizing sales units, creating an AI-focused sales team. Dell has been gradually reducing its workforce over the past year, aiming to streamline operations and cut costs. The company's goal is to reduce the global headcount from 120,000 to under 100,000 employees as it transitions into a more AI-driven business model. And these layoffs, they're significant, but they also highlight a deeper issue within Dell's ongoing conflict over remote work. During the pandemic, Dell was one of the many tech companies that fully embraced remote work. At one point, nearly half of Dell's US employees opted to work from home permanently. And this was seen as a progressive move, aligning with the trends across the tech industry, where remote work was not just a temporary solution, but a long-term strategy. However, earlier this year, Dell introduced a controversial return to office policy. Hybrid workers were required to be on site for at least 39 days per quarter, or roughly 3 days a week. And this policy sparked significant backlash as many employees felt it limited their career advancement opportunities. The policy also stated that those who chose to remain fully remote would not be eligible for promotions, which many employees saw as a form of stealth layoffs. However, the vast majority of Dell employees actually said bet, opted to just remain remote and not get access to moving up throughout the organization, which is really cool, by the way, for the vast majority of those employees to recognize that working from home was that important to their mental well-being. Some quotes here from Dell employees. We got one Dell employee, they shared their frustration saying, "I benefited a lot from being work from home since 2020 and had a lot of personal growth. I'm not willing to give that up if I don't have to." Another employee expressed concerns about the financial impact, stating, "With the salary that we are receiving, a return to office would leave a huge hole in my particular budget." The situation at Dell is part of a larger trend we're seeing across the tech industry. Companies like Google, Meta, and Amazon have also struggled with balancing the benefits of remote work with the perceived need for in-office collaboration. However, research indicates that employees are happier and more productive when they have flexibility to choose their work location. A study by the University of Chicago that just recently came out found that remote work increased productivity on average 5% and improved employee well-being. And that led to lower employee turnover rates. And I've talked about this a lot on this YouTube channel. There are so many academic articles that I could reference here telling you that, in essence, remote work improves productivity while also improving mental well-being. Despite these benefits, many companies, including Dell, are pushing for a return to office mandate. They argue that in-person collaboration fosters innovation and strengthens company culture. Dell's leadership, for example, believes that employees work better when they're together, sharing ideas and solving problems face to face. So is this push for in-office work really about productivity, or is it more about control? Some employees have interpreted these return to office policies as a way to quietly trim the workforce by making remote work less attractive or outright untenable. Companies may be encouraging voluntary departures without having to resort to official layoffs. I've talked about this quite a lot on this YouTube channel as well. We're definitely in a very difficult economy. Just telling remote workers, hey, you can't work remote anymore, means that they're going to leave, and then that means that you don't actually have to provide them an exit package when they do leave, which is a really shitty HR strategy, but it's one that everyone's pulling right now. Dell's recent moves have had a noticeable impact on employee morale. The company's Employees Net Promoter Score, ENPS, which measures how likely employees are to recommend their workplace to others, dropped significantly from 62 in 2023 to 48 in 2024. That's basically horrible for anyone that is not in the HR space. Basically losing 25 to 30% of your ENPS. You'd probably get a better result if you actually did a straight up layoff. And this drop in ENPS, particularly prevalent as opportunities for career growth become tied to in-office presence. So if you're not in the office, you want to be able to grow inside of that organization. So as Dell shifts its focus towards AI, it's clear that the company is trying to stay competitive by streamlining its workforce and investing in new technologies. However, this comes at the cost of losing many experienced workers. The The big question now is whether sacrificing remote work flexibility is worth it for the promise of AI-driven growth, or if Dell is risking its most valuable asset, its people. So, what do you think? Is Dell making the right move by pushing for a return to office, or is it just a mistake to force employees back at the cost of their job security? I'd love to be able to hear down in the comments below. Even if you disagree with me, let me know down in the comments below. And other than that, I hope that you really liked this video. If you did, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next one. If you've gotten to this point in the video, I think you should probably subscribe to this YouTube channel. It's free, unlike most other things in life, and it would bring me happiness and joy. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one.